Right here behind me, you all can see that this is the apartment police are primarily focusing on. Happening now, Simmons along with 29-year-old Brandy Vaughn are being held here at the Mitchell County Jail on murder charges. In a matter of seconds, someone is able just to hop in your unlocked vehicle and either steal your purse or your car itself. The pileup scene is expected to be cleared at any time. Still no update from the Georgia Department of Public Safety as to when that could be. This is part of the shingles here from the police department. This business has been here for more than 30 years, clearly a staple in the community. I'm going to show you on this $20 bill. I know it's going to be difficult to see by just making a line right there. It actually stays yellow, which means it's good to go. Neighbors were actually telling me that a family was evicted from this home about a month ago, leaving us to have many unanswered questions. This uprooted tree is even taller than me, about 5'7" in height. I'm actually going to step out of the way right now to show you that shoppers are going into the mall here at Belk. It's a spectacle to see. The normally calm Flint River has flooded onto land, leaving many people to question why that is and what's being done about the problem. The rush of the Flint River is a little louder than usual.
When Atlanta gets a lot of rain, or Montezuma, 3 or 4 days later we'll have a crest, and here in Albany, I think it crested at 21.5 feet. Now when we get 25, 26 feet, it starts causing a problem with some of our outfalls.
Albany Assistant City Manager Phil Robertson explains that normally it's about 7 to 8 feet high, but in 2018 there was about 70 inches of rainfall in Albany alone, compared to about 50 inches of normal rainfall over the year.
This is quite a bit unusual to have this kind of river this time of the year.
The Flint River has submerged the walkway and even parts of the grass.
Right now we're in pretty good shape. You know, we're not having any sewer issues as related to this, and so it's not really an issue affecting our sanitary sewer system.
Even what looks to be dry ground still sounds saturated underneath.
You know, our infrastructure is underground, and the manholes on the river on both the interceptor sewers are bolted down, so it really doesn't cause us any problem.
Robertson says if the river was prolonged at this state, it could affect the pipes, but the wastewater treatment plant is running at about 20 to 25% capacity to alleviate the water. With the city's flat topography, there's pumps around neighborhoods to move water from ponds and canals.
And I just really want the people to know that every pump and every person we have that works in this community is all hands are on deck.
Ward 3 City Commissioner B.J. Fletcher reminds everyone that last year's excessive rain is a normal event.
We are very capable of handling it, but any city, anywhere, when you get too much of anything, you're going to have problems, and that's what we're experiencing now.
Robertson says these days of dry weather allow the Flint River to dry up just a bit. Live in downtown Albany, Ashley Bohle, WALB News 10. Once thriving with acres of peanuts, this Baker County field, like many others in southwest Georgia, now nothing more than a grim reminder of the worst storm to ever hit the region.
Biggest thing that Michael did was wiped out our infrastructure, or damaged it dramatically.
Power lines are still down in Baker County, and warehouses are heavily damaged, a week after the hurricane blew through. But it's the lack of electricity that's delaying farmers from getting back into the fields.
The buying points, if they can't operate, they can't unload our wagons, we can't harvest a crop.
Generators are running some buying points, but each one costs $5,000 to use per week.
We need fair weather for a month to get this crop in.
How are you feeling right now? How does it make you feel?
We don't need to go there.
The emotions too high for Tim Birch, knowing that he'd only had time to harvest 100 of his 600 acres of peanut fields. Unsure how much he and other farmers will be able to salvage.
We're just in limbo right now and struggling to do all we can do to preserve the crop and preserve the quality and get it in a warehouse so that we can start another crop next year.
Now he needs prayers and a paycheck to make it through this year.
If I wasn't a farmer, I don't know that I would stay. I would go somewhere and might not come back to this area for a while. It's totally changed the landscape for the rest of my life.
With the rustling of plastic wrappers, 2 Lake Park Elementary students stand eagerly in front of a yellow sign that reads, "Helping Hands Ending Hunger." It's 7:30 on a sleepy Monday morning, and kids are finishing up their free breakfast, donuts wrapped around their fingers.
Makes me happy knowing that people that don't get food on the weekends are going to have some instead of just waiting till school on Monday to have something.
Banks Revel is a 4th grader who donates his leftovers to the nonprofit each day. Since Dougherty County is on a free breakfast and lunch program, everything has already been paid for. Students drop off anything that hasn't been opened, ranging from milk and orange juice to cheese and Fruit Loops. Items are stored and refrigerated to ensure nothing spoils. And at the end of the week, everything is bagged and given to 30 students who otherwise wouldn't know where their next meal is coming from.
It makes me happy knowing that they're going to have something.
And the brains behind bringing this operation to Dougherty County is a former teacher herself.
I have seen the food going in the trash, and I know that there are people that would enjoy having that food.
Reducing waste and hunger, one meal at a time.